They've got Andrew Wiggins, Mitchell out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo, and it's Powell in at small forward. And for Boston, their backcourt, Pritchard and White. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Sam Hauser, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Stan, we're in the thick of the season. How hard is it to keep your guys engaged right now?
Well, it's the biggest challenge for a coach, to get your players to continue to listen and to continue to try to improve. You have to figure out the best way to communicate, and that's different on a player-by-player basis.
Now here's Pritchard. In the game against Houston, very impressive. Pass to Vucevic for 3. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
Well, Vucevic didn't come into the league with that shot, but it's been a crucial part of his game for years now.
Hero against White. Back to Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. Like everyone, he's impressed with Adebayo's relentless nature. He said, quote, "We have to match his intensity at both ends, trying to keep him off of the glass and trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Coach knows they can do it for stretches, but he wonders if they can do it for a full game." BA, back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. So it's Miami now, following the bucket by Boston. Back to Hero. The 3 is up. And it's cleared by Vucevic. White on the wing. He's guarded by Hero. Pass to Vucevic. Outside Pritchard. Clock at 6. There's a screen. 4-3. The rebound by Wiggins. And it's Miami's ball. It's a 3-point game. Now here's Powell. There's the 3. Doesn't go. And he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Hauser passes to Brown. Pritchard surviving the D. Back to Brown. The 3. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. The Heat have gone 1 for 3 so far. Adebayo up top, covered by Vucevic. Hero for 3. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And for Tyler Hero, people immediately think of the shooting, but there's much more to his game, Coach.
Yeah, BA, look, he's much improved as a playmaker. As a rookie, he only averaged about 2 assists, but last year I think he was over 5, and he gives a consistent effort at the defensive end of the floor. Yeah, slow start for them offensively, 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
White for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, BA, he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
And let's turn to the league leaders now and check out which teams are tops in rebounding this season. The Heat in second.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
Vucevic in the post, working on Adebayo, and Vucevic gets it to go on the assist by Brown.
2 physical points from Vucevic. He enjoys bumping down low.
Adebayo, a screen on Brown to the middle. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Outside, Brown sinks the tray. Brown's got 5 now.
Well, when you're as polished and practiced a shooter as Brown, there's no reason to hesitate.
Hero, screen on Pritchard. The 3 from Mitchell. It's hauled in by White. Boston leading by 4. Vucevic finds Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Mitchell, the pass to Hero. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
Well, everyone views Hero as a shooter, but he is also a terrific finisher.
Outside White. And here is Vucevic. He's got 5. Stolen by Hero. And pushing it up. Here's Miami. Jumps up. And the big finish by Adebayo.
Wow. Look at Adebayo there. Showing off a little bit, I think.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Hauser from the arc. Adebayo grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Powell passes to Hero. Outside Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Fires in the triple.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Pritchard. No points so far. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown can't hit.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Wiggins passes to Mitchell. Powell outside. Pulls it. No good that time.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Brown finds Pritchard. Outside White. Knocks down the long J.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Powell outside. Back to Mitchell. Pass to Hero. Uses the glass on the layup. Hero's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Pritchard, the pass to Vucevic. White for 3. And the Celtics another 3.
Well, we've seen an uptick in volume from White at the arc. He's more confident than ever from that range.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Jaquez is checked in for Mitchell. Heat trail by 3. Adebayo, a screen on Pritchard. Hero for 3. He buries it from 3. Hero's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Yeah, he's crafty in the 2-man game. Hero getting the space he needs.
White, the pass to Brown. Back to White. 3-pointer. Rebound by Wiggins.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Back to Vucevic. Hauser outside. Puts up a 3. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Vucevic has got 3 assists now in this one.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Now here's Hero. He's got 7. The 3. Hauser grabs the board. Boston leading by 3. Pass to Brown. Now Pritchard. Now here's Vucevic. Hounded by Wiggins. Lets it fly. Again Boston.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. Outside Jaquez. Pritchard against Hero. Adebayo, a screen on Pritchard. Pass to Wiggins. Now here's Adebayo. Coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
How about the rebounding, too? He was just all over the glass, and the other team had no answers for how to contain him.
And look at those moves in the post and the smooth finish to go along with it.
Just excellent work around the rim. Here's Hauser following the bucket by the Heat. It's Vucevic, high post, working on Adebayo. Vucevic gets the bucket.
Ooh, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
Wiggins outside. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 4 rebounds now. Here's White. Rebound Miami. Wiggins outside. Pass to Jaquez. Hero scanning the floor. And here's Wiggins. Jaquez with a screen on Pritchard. Wiggins for 3. Hauled in by Brown. Boston leading by 5. Outside Pritchard. Back to Brown. Vucevic, a screen on Jaquez. Here's Brown. Count that one. Brown's got 9 points.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Hero, the pass to Powell. Back to Hero. And there's 1:45 left in the first quarter. Wiggins from long range. Wiggins with another miss. The Celtics shooting a terrific 58% to start the game. Excellent numbers. Outside Pritchard. Here's Brown. He's got 9. Lets it go from the wing. Another one falls for Boston.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "The way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work." Brian, back to you.
High praise. Allie, thank you. Now here's Brown. 11 points in the game. Count the basket.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Smith outside. Pass to Larson. They still need this. Outside Jaquez. And here's Ware. Covered by Vucevic. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Now here's Brown. He's guarded closely. Pass to Pritchard. Three-pointer. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Brown's got his 3rd assist of the night. It's been all about Jaylen Brown for Boston. His fingerprints were all over that quarter. 13 points, leading the charge. We'll be back in a moment. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Setting the floor for the Heat. They've got Powell, Khalil Ware out there with Jaime Jaquez. And it's Larson in at the 1. Heat trail by 9. It's Powell on the wing. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Has to Ware. Here's Larson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you've just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, B.A., you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
And even as the Heat look to go younger, this is not a team with an appetite for lengthy rebuilds, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. But one advantage they possess, when star players around the league ponder a change of scenery, Miami certainly has some great views.
He hits the second from the line. And Grant, the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
Here's Gonzalez. Here's Keita. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
Powell passes to Jovic. Here's Larson. From 12 feet. Misses off the right iron. Pass to Shireman. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Boucher outside. Keita, pass to Gonzalez. He shoots. The rebound by Ware. Heat trail by 10. Here's Larson. His last outing, he had 18 points. And stolen by Boucher. Here's Walsh. And he lays it up and in. And the Celtics lead by 12.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Powell. Here's Jaquez. Off target from three-point range. The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Pass to Shireman. Here's Gonzalez. Still no points. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Here's Shireman. Hits a three-pointer.
Hey, if you leave a great shooter open, you deserve to get one.
Now Powell, putting up 23 points per game. He's proved how reliable a threat he is. Pass to Larson. Here's Jovic. Powell surveying the D. To stop the run. It's rebounded by Walsh. Celtics lead by 15. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the basket by Shireman.
I just love the ball movement.
And here's Powell. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Raptors checked in. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Khalil Ware.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Hero, the pass to Powell. Off the mark there with a three.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Brown can't hit. Heat trail by 17. Hero outside. Pass to Powell. Now here's Ware. Miami moving it around. Back to Hero. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Yeah, just a flick of a wrist. Tyler Hero with the scorer's mindset.
Outside, Brown. Nails it from 3. Brown's got 16 points.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
White against Hero. Outside Jaquez. Pass to Powell. From downtown. Ooh, another miss. He's 0 for 6 in this contest.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
White for 3. Can't connect. Now 2 of 6 for the game. Heat trail by 18. Ware with it. He had 9 points in his last time out. To the wing on the left. Here's Jovic. Back to Ware. 6 to shoot. Rebounded by the Celtics. This game following their win against the Rockets.
And I'll tell you, that was not an easy environment to play in. It was a hostile crowd on the road, but it didn't bother them at all.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
You're taking over this one in effortless fashion. When Brown is cooking like this, keep working the ball to him.
Pass to Hero. Fires from deep. Miami, no good that time either.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
And here's White. Outside, Brown. Gets the 3 ball to go. Brown's got 21.
Offense is coming easy and often for Brown tonight. He is dialed in. They should keep giving it to him.
And here's a timeout from Eric Spoelstra now. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Vucevic, he's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Walsh. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Jaquez. Wiggins outside. Pass to Adebayo. Powell outside. And again, no good by Miami.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Hauser outside. Here's White. Lets it go from deep. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Ware. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Miami shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Mitchell's checked in for Miami.
Ware at the line for 1.
Coach, the younger generation in the NBA just continues to get better and better.
Yeah, it's like anything, BA. I mean, evolution is something that's real, right? People evolve and get better and build on the people ahead of them. You learn from the people ahead of you. The players watch guys as they grow up, and then they learn to do things. The next generation learns from them, and the skill level just continues to improve.
Now here's Mitchell. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Kick out to Brown. Back to White. Fires the three. Counted from distance. White's got 9.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Boston on offense. They're on a 20-7 run. And here's Brown. He's got 21. Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. Outside, Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Wiggins. Brown, no good. Heat trail by 21. Mitchell finds Wiggins. Now Adebayo, defended by Pritchard. Hero outside. The 3-ball. Good. And the assist goes to Adebayo. Hero's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I mean, he's doing all he can. He needs help out there.
Back to Brown. Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. It's Brown on the wing, pounded by Wiggins. Beyond the arc. Brown, no good.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there, trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall.
Hero against White. Pulls it from the top of the key. The kick out to Wiggins. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Outside Pritchard. Back to Brown. Launches a 3. Drills it from deep. Brown's got 24.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
2 minutes.
And he lobs it up to the rim. White with a steal. Pass to Brown. From outside the arc. And the Celtics another 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Stan, while they're cobbling together an offense, the Heat will always compete defensively.
Well, BA, only 2 seasons in the last 3 decades have the Heat been below average in defensive rating, making that commitment a key pillar of the Heat culture.
And the basket by Brown.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now, and even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Now here's Adebayo. He's got 13. Mitchell, a screen on Brown. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
You got to tip your hat to him. He's doing all he can to keep them in the game. He still hasn't missed.
Now here's Brown. That's 29 for him. Snatched away. Ware with it. Now guarded by Brown. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Adebayo. Takes a 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Well, clearly Adebayo's feeling very confident firing out there from the perimeter.
Here's Brown doing damage on offense. He's averaging about 29.5 a game. Pulls up, high post. No good. Would have counted had it gone. A dominating first half of play. And so far, it hasn't been close. Celtics out in front, up by 16. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Let's wrap it up and get ready for your opponent. Arena Entertainment.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
We've talked about in the past, going on the road removes the distractions of home. And it can bring you guys closer together if it's the right group.
Yeah, but you still have people you barely know asking you to comp tickets. I hate the road.
And moving on now to that first half, tough sledding so far for the Miami Heat.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right down in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Heat trail by 16. White and Brown are the wingmen. Sam Hauser out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Pritchard in at the point. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. Now here's Adebayo. Hero for three. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 3 assists now in this one.
I know Hero prefers the strike from the top of the key, but he's dangerous in the corner as well.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Back to you, Brian.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And some tough salary decisions this summer for the Boston Celtics, Coach.
Well, in one way, it's a good problem to have, possessing too much talent. But with this new CBA, it's harder to retain everybody like we saw with Celtics teams of old.
And that one falls for Vucevic.
Well, he's as steady as they come at the big man position. Vucevic is someone you can count on to help you shoulder some of the offensive load.
And so Vucevic nails both of them.
And he's shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
Hero outside. Back to Powell. Wiggins outside. Hero for three. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside White. Back to Brown. Vucevic, a screen on Powell. To the paint. And Vucevic slams it in.
After setting a strong screen, the ball goes to Vucevic and he makes a play.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Hero for three. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got 4 assists now tonight.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Pritchard from outside. Powell pulls it in. And here's Powell. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. They trail by 11. Here's the three. Rebound Boston. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
Their first missed after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
Savvy. Brown does what he can to help the team win, and he's upgraded his passing.
Now here's Mitchell. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Lets the 3 fly. Hero, no good.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. White against Mitchell. Back to Hauser. This one for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Wiggins got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Mitchell. And here's Wiggins. Out to Powell. Fires for 3. And no good.
Well, he hasn't made a shot, and his team is losing. Time to find another solution.
Vucevic, the pass to Pritchard. Nice ball movement by Boston. And here's Brown for 3. Sends it home from 3-point land. Brown's got 32 points.
Clutch buckets. He's paving the way as they hit the home stretch.
Pass to Hero. Takes the 3. That one falls. Nice setup by Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 5th assist in this one.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Left side, Brown. Ooh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
Wiggins with a screen on White. Hero. And it's Miami with another.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Now Pritchard. His offense has been fantastic, averaging just over 17 a game. Pass to Brown.
Heat foul. Davion Mitchell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Pritchard with it. 6 on the shot clock. Vucevic, a screen on Mitchell. Pritchard from outside. 3-pointer, Vucevic.
They're going to the 3-point shot to try to open up their lead, but they're not having quite the same success they were in the first half.
Here's Adebayo. Showing the strength. Adebayo.
Well, defensively, if you're letting Adebayo get rolling, it's time to rethink your approach.
And here's Brown for 3. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Wiggins looking around. Off target from outside. Celtics lead by 11. And Andrew Wiggins is a great sidekick stand. He can also be a leading man at times.
Well, you know, B.A., a wing with his size and knack for scoring will always be welcome. And with the way he's improved his defense, you have a solid two-way player.
Now here's Mitchell. Back to Hero. Over White, and Miami again with the bucket.
Knowing his team needs a lift, he's putting them on his back.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Jaime Jaquez is checked in for Mitchell. It's February. Let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You take a look at the Celtics. What a season thus far for them. 2nd place in the conference. And of course there's the Heat, 6.5 games back.
Well, I think for Miami, they had some lofty goals to start the year, but they may not have the roster to hang with the league's elite teams.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Now here's Brown. He's got 34, and it's in there. Brown's got 7 points for the quarter. Heat trail by 11. Hero, screen on White. Powell for three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
An extremely reliable three-point weapon. Powell is taking that every chance he gets.
Pass to White. Now Brown. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Hero. Hero against Pritchard. Lays it up and banks it in. Pritchard's got his second basket on the night.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Jaquez, the open look. And it's Miami with another.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Hauser outside. Pass to Vucevic. It's Brown on the wing. Jaquez covers. Hauser outside. There's the triple. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Hauser's got his third basket on the night right there.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Powell outside. Back to Hero. Soft touch off the glass. 30 points for Tyler Hero.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out.
Now here's Brown. He's got 36 points. Here's Vucevic, and he gets the bucket.
Hard to stop a powerful guy like Vucevic cold. He gets through the foul and gets it to go.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass mentality the whole way.
And it's Powell with the ball for the Heat. A 12-point game. Hero outside. And he's going for the lob. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. And so Joe Mazzulla calls the timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Gators checked in for Boston. Larson's checked in for Miami. And this break lets us see the teams making the most of their second chances this season. Boston, third.
You've got to respect the work ethic of these guys on the offensive glass. They don't give up on possessions and hit the boards with aggression.
Up top, White. Hauser outside. Pass to Keita. Outside White. Just 4 to shoot. Oh my! Came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
That's a clever choice by White. He stays with the shot to ensure he gets the whistles.
These are his first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good.
Well, White is such a well-rounded player. He can run the offense, act as an off-ball threat, he sets screens, and he's an all-defensive team level player. He checks a lot of boxes.
Walsh is checked in for Jaylen Brown. Jovic, he's checked in for Miami. He does not get the second one.
Well, talk about a guy who gives you exceptional effort. Derek White is always watching the floor for gaps he can fill, places he can make a difference in the game.
and he nails the third.
And they've been so much more aggressive drawing the whistle here in the second half.
Heat trail by 12. And here's Hero. Give him 30. Here's Ware. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Well, he's more than just a shooter. Hero can run offense, a solid ball handling option.
Pass to Keita. Now Pritchard. White looking it over. Here's Hauser. Sinks it from distance. Hauser's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Hero for three. Keita pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Hauser at the line for 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And the Celtics making a change here. Boucher's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Here's Larson. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Pass to Jovic. Miami moving it around. No good from outside. Celtics lead by 15. Stolen by Hero. And pushing it up. Here's Miami. Here's Ware. Fires the three. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston's gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Keita pass to Boucher. Now here's Pritchard. He's got 5. Pass to Walsh. Outside Pritchard. Let's go with a three. And the three-pointer goes. Pritchard's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Hero for 3. Boston with a rebound. Keita's got his 5th rebound in this one. It's stolen by Jaquez. Pass to Larson.
Get there.
Back to Jaquez. Hero outside to halt the run. Keita pulls it in. Keita's got his 6th rebound on the night. Boston leading by 18. Outside Pritchard. They set the screen. And the three off target. And for the Heat, their shooting has been excellent in the third quarter at 57%. It's Hero on the take.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for Boston. Pass to Walsh. Outside Pritchard. Shot clock at 5. Second shot opportunity, and it's good for 2. Boucher's got his first 2 points.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots, and you build the lead.
Hero outside. On target from range. Hero's got 35 in the game.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Boston out in front, up by 15. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works, or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. And let's take a look at Miami. We've got Jaime Jaquez, Khalil Ware out there with Powell, and it's Jovic in at the 4. Now here's Brown. From behind the arc. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. Stan, one thing about Jaylen Brown, he seems so composed out there.
Yeah, B.A., he's very calm. Doesn't waste energy. You love a player who's this focused and calculated.
And he's good on the first of 3.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
And the second free throw is good.
A talented scorer and versatile defender. The athletic Brown is a vital piece for this team.
And he makes all 3. Here's Larson. Jaquez on the wing from deep. Hits the trifecta. Jovic has got his first 3 points of the game.
And you can see Jovic is a very smart offensive player, one who understands when to fire off the catch.
Now here's Brown. And there's the screen. Jacks up a 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Yep, count it. Brown's got 41.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy, and every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Here's Larson. Has to Ware. The 3 is up. And again, Miami with a triple.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Crosses over. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That's on Khalil Ware.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Line for 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both shots. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Pass to Powell. Miami moving it around. Jaquez finds Powell. 6 to shoot. Here's Jovic. Unloads. And it's Miami with another.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Boston leading by 14. Now Boucher. It's Brown on the wing. Good. Brown's got 43 points.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Larson. It's Powell on the wing. Shoots over Brown. Ware, that's good. Ware's got 9 points here in the second half.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
Now Brown. Here's Walsh. Back to Brown. Knocks it down from distance.
He's really become a better all-around player. Brown's passing continues to evolve. Nice find.
And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Miami making a switch here. Heroes checked in. To Jovic. Now here's Hero. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3. Celtics lead by 17. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Here's Walsh. Launches it. And again, Boston with the triple.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Now here's Jaquez. Pass to Hero. From deep. Boston pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Gonzalez. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. Stan, I have to ask, how important is it to have a big man in today's NBA?
That is a great question, B.A. And look, things have really changed. We went from big, strong guys in the league and centered our game around those guys to then people wanted to play small ball and be more skilled. But now what everybody's figured out is we can get that same skill from bigger guys. And bigger and better is better than smaller and better.
Now here's Jaquez. Pass to Ware. Will it go? Count that one. He's 8 for 10 from the field now.
The three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Celtics lead by 19. Outside White. Outside Brown. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Heat have gotten 5 of their 7 shots to fall in this final quarter. And here's Jaquez. Powell outside. Pass to Adebayo. With a 9-footer. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Adebayo's got 22 points. Pritchard with it. Gonzalez passes to Vucevic. White against Powell. From the wing. White can't hit. Heat trail by 17. Pass to Hero. And he drops that one in. Hero's got 37.
Well, when you put Hero in the pick and roll action, you apply pressure on the defense. Tyler is so tough to stop.
Here's Gonzalez. Here's Brown. Beyond the arc. Boston, no good that time either.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Pass to Adebayo. Hero for three. Drains the triple. Hero's got 40 points.
Even if this game doesn't go their way, he has to be proud of his performance tonight.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
Hauser, he's checked in for Boston. And Miami with a change here too. Wiggins is checked in. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He told his guys, quote, "Do not get complacent. No coasting to the finish line here. Stay on the gas, keep the energy up, and close it out. Coach doesn't just want them to hang on to this lead. He wants them to extend it."
Allie, thank you. White, the pass to Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
Well, we've seen this for years. Vucevic is a dependable scorer who can attack you in a variety of ways.
Pass to Ware. Miami moving it around. Hero outside. Back to Adebayo. 4 on the clock. Powell's shot is off.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Hauser passes to Pritchard. Outside, Brown. White for three. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Ware. Now here's Adebayo, defended by Pritchard. Bam! He gets it to go at the rim.
I'll tell you, Bam is having a massive impact on this game. They just can't stop him.
Pritchard with a screen on Wiggins. The shot. Brown, that's good. Brown's got 45 points.
Well, over the course of the night, he's been taking shots he's comfortable with, and it's working.
Wiggins from long range. Hauser grabs the board. Boston leading by 14. Outside White. And it's Miami with a rebound. Powell's got 4 rebounds now. Wiggins finds Hero. That one falls. Hero's got 42 in the game.
Well, this team relies on Hero's offensive production, and tonight he has delivered.
Hero against Pritchard. The shot's good.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
Hero outside. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
Well, in the pick and roll set, you expect Hero to take a shot. So when he hands it off, no one is ready.
Vucevic, a screen on Wiggins. Brown passes to Hauser. The kick out to White. Up top, Brown. Hounded by Wiggins. Brown, that's good. Brown's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
And Eric Spoelstra decides to call timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Mitchell's checked in for Miami.
Miami substitution, number 45, Davion Mitchell.
Here's Mitchell. Now Hero. pulls down the board. Boston leading by 14. Flushes it down with both hands.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
Heat trail by 16. Outside Hero. Here's Adebayo. Outside Mitchell. It's money from deep.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Now Vucevic. Oh, he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
Yeah, Vucevic is having no problem finding chances to score. The defense has to rethink how they're defending it.
Now here's Hero. Outside Adebayo. Bam, hits a nice shot.
Well, how about the physicality of Adebayo? He is tough to handle that close to the basket.
Celtics lead by 13. Brown scanning the floor. Here's White. Pritchard outside. Here's the pass to Brown. And it's good. He hits another one. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
Heat trail by 15.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Celtics.
Hey, if you get yourself to the line and cash in on those opportunities, you paint your opponent into a corner.
Yeah, they were so successful with that all night. Aggressive, fearless, whatever you want to call it, they really pushed the action and got rewarded.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year. And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Jaylen Brown.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
So it's Miami now, following the three by Boston. Here's Powell. Wiggins outside. Adebayo sets a screen. Clock at 4. This is the three.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Vucevic outside. Wiggins with a steal. Fast break Miami. Adebayo. Oh, the lead pass. Great dish. Well, Grant, it's obvious who's been in control of this game.
You know, you really have to appreciate their relentlessness.
So we see the Celtics taking the W here. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce, who is now with our player of the game.
Thank you very much. Jaylen, you had it going. Can you talk about the confidence you had tonight?
I'm just trying to continue to show people what I can do, continue to get better. It's a long journey. It's a process. I still got a long way to go and a lot to learn. So I'm going to just keep going up.
It's all part of the journey. Thanks, Jaylen.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jaylen Brown.